The bell rang, a jarring sound that echoed the ache in my bones. Another day done, or perhaps another day endured. Years ago, this classroom felt like a sanctuary, a place of light and possibility. Now it just felt heavy. The faces blurred together, the eager ones, the defiant ones, the lost ones. I tried to reach them, I really did. But the endless paperwork, the meetings, the sheer exhaustion had worn me down to a thin, brittle thread. I used to love the spark in a student's eyes when they finally understood something. Now, I just felt empty, like a well that had run dry. Failure whispered in the quiet moments, telling me I wasn't enough, that I had nothing left to give. The joy was gone. The passion was a distant memory. All that remained was the relentless tide of tasks, and the gnawing feeling of being utterly, completely spent. I walked home under the indifferent sky, carrying the weight of every unfinished lesson, every unanswered question, every silent plea I couldn't hear. My path took me past the old school garden, a small neglected patch near the main gate. Most people hurried by, but lately I'd noticed an old man there. He wasn't a teacher, not staff, just a quiet presence, tending to the few hardy plants that survived the neglect. He moved slowly, deliberately, watering a single rosebush, pulling a stubborn weed with gentle persistence, his hands weathered and strong. He seemed utterly absorbed in the simple task, oblivious to the rush of students or the drone of traffic. One afternoon, I stopped for a moment, watching him. He was carefully tying a young sapling to a stake, protecting it from the wind. There was no hurry, no frustration, just quiet attention to the needs of the small tree. He looked up then, his eyes kind and calm. He didn't speak, just offered a small, knowing smile before returning to his work. In that moment, surrounded by the chaos of my own mind, his stillness was a profound silence. I started watching him more often. He didn't perform grand gestures. He just showed up day after day and tended to what was right in front of him. A little water here, a little support there. Patience for the slow unfolding of life. He wasn't trying to fix the whole garden, just caring for the small corner he occupied. He found purpose not in the outcome, but in the simple act of tending. He wasn't fighting the weeds. He was simply removing them, making space for growth. It struck me then, watching him secure that fragile sapling, my own mind was like a storm, bending and threatening to break me. I was trying to fix everything at once, fighting against the wind, instead of simply tending to the small living things within my reach. He taught me without saying a word. Peace wasn't about conquering the storm, but about finding stillness within it, tending to the present moment, one quiet act at a time. The heaviest burdens are the ones we carry in our minds. If this story touched your heart, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more soul-stirring stories.